Hi, welcome back to Rough Cut and Sawdust. My name is Roy. Thanks for being here. I have this piece outside my shed slash shop that for years I had thought of using it as a planter, build a fountain here or plant a tree or something. Problem is, in the area where I live, the ground isn't that great. So I finally decided to cement it. So in today's video, I'm going to pick up material, take out my cement mixer, and we're going to mix some cement. We're going to put concrete in this spot right here. So stick around. In my yard, I have over the years poured a lot of cement. I've poured cement all the way around. I've poured steps. So I have done a lot of cement myself. I have a cement mixer and I can mix my own cement. So my plan is to clean that area out, get it ready. I'm going to mix cement and I'm going to cement that square, that shape there, to have an entire area out here. Then what I want to do is I want to take some tubing clamping scaffolding. You can see some of it right here. I want to take some tubing clamping scaffolding that my dad had at his house, and I'm going to design and build a canopy here. So that's the plan today. Stay tuned. One of the biggest reasons I wasn't able to plant there, things like this. As you can see, the sun's starting to hit. So you look over there, that sun's glaring from the east. So it's already hot. So I'm running out of time, which is okay because I've already cleaned out this area. The next step is to go to my local rock quarry and pick up sand gravel mix, Portland cement, so I can make the mixture to pour concrete in this area here. So you can see. So I've already cleaned out this area. There's still grass and stuff growing here. So I need to pull out the rest of this as much down as I can to the weeds. And then maybe I'll water this down so it'll soak in and settle a little bit more. Pack it down a little bit more and then mix cement. I'll have my son help me. He usually does the mixture for me in the front. I wheelbarrow it back and forth, pour it down, smooth it out, and this area will be done. So phase one is done, and we got to wait to do phase two. All right, so stay tuned. So I'm about to drive down to my local quarry and shovel some sand and gravel into my truck so that I could mix my cements. Concrete is a simple mixture of 3 parts sand, 2 parts gravel, and 1 part Portland cement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pick up a load of sand and gravel that's already mixed, which kind of changes the formula a little bit because it's already mixed. And I'm going to pick up 1 bag of Portland cement. Then I'm going to come home and I'm going to unload it. And I'm going to come back and pick up another bag of Portland cement and pick up a smaller load of just sand. And you'll see in a minute why I do that separately. All right, so let's head down the road. It's a really cool little drive coming in here. And then I got to get up to the scales and they're going to weigh my truck before I load anything in so they can figure out the difference in weight after I load. My truck weighs 5,120 pounds. Now I'm heading to the place where they have the piles of sand and gravel. There's different types of sand, different types of mixtures, and I'm going to look for the one that is for what I'm going to do, which might be this one right here. So let me double check. This is your sand and gravel mix. So I'm going to back my truck up here and I'm going to start shoveling it in. They decided to load me themselves, so here you go. This guy was good. He loaded me up pretty quick, and he was pretty accurate. A lot of times I don't like asking them to load me. I'm out of breath because I added a few shovels. A lot of times I don't like them. The only time I ask them to load me is when I'm going to go with a full truck. But it's a small piece of cement I'm going to pour. So I kind of had the shovels counted. But the guy was like, I'll get it right for you. And so he gave me a pretty good load. So I'm going to go and get back on the scales, pay for the material, and then I'll head home and unload. Okay, so got this load of sand and gravel mix. I'm going to bring this down here, and then I'm going to go get a load of sand, and we'll work that one off the truck. I also got this bag of Portland cement that I've got to bring down. So let's get this thing going. About 85 shovels. I'm estimating 90. The guy gave me about 85, which is pretty darn close. Plus I had a little bit here. So I'm gonna clean up my truck. I do have some sand mix here. I probably need to go and get maybe 20, 30 scoops of sand. Not sand mix, but sand material. I might be able to make it without it, but I do need another bag of Portland. So let's see what I decide to do. All right, stay with me. So anyways, I'm driving back to go pick up some sand and a second bag because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need 2 bags of cement for this job. So follow along. All right, 25 shovels. Okay, as I said earlier, proper mixture of concrete is 3 parts sand, 2 parts gravel, 1 part Portland cement. I have a pile of sand and gravel already pre-mixed. So what I do there is I assume that every shovel is the right mixture. So 3 sand, 2 gravel is 5 of that shovel. So I'm gonna add 5 of those shovels into the mixer. That's my mixer there. My mixer can handle 3 loads, or 3 batches, what I call them. One wheelbarrow is 3 mixtures. So I'm going to toss in a total of 15 sand gravel mix shovels and 3 scoops of Portland cement. Let it mix a little bit, and then I'll add water, let it get nice into the right consistency, drop it into my wheelbarrow, and as it's sitting in my wheelbarrow, I'll add the next mix. So while it's mixing dry without water, I'll go dump that one where it goes, come back, add water, meanwhile go work that one. It's a system, so stick around. I'm gonna let that mix a little bit, let it get really mixed in really well. I'll add some water, and that one's ready to go. The next step is to spread this out. And I want to leave maybe about an inch at the top, because this mixture has gravel, which makes it a little bit harder to smooth it out when you're ready to do the finish. So, but I'm going to leave a little bit at the top. So the foundation is going to be the sand gravel, which is a much stronger mixture. And the top maybe inch and a half, is going to be sand mix, which will be much easier to smooth and give it a nice smooth finish. So one down, one barrel gave me this much. Let me show you here. One barrel gave me that much. So let's imagine 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 barrels, 8 mixtures. So this is 3 barrels, almost half. So I might just use 3 more. So we'll see how that goes. So I would say 2 more, Josh. What do you think? One will fill up this, and then 1 more just to throw over the top of everything, so it's less sand. That's the one my son just mixed dry. So while that one is gonna add water, we'll dump it in here, and while that one's being taken, we'll mix another batch. Ready for the next one. Okay, so it took us 5 barrels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to get the foundation in. So what I do is I'll do the sand gravel mix, and there's 2 types of sand gravel mix you can use. There's the 3/8, which is a very small rock, and there's the 3/4, which is the big rock.
3/8 is more expensive because it's easier to finish and make it nice and smooth. What I do is I go with the 3/4. It's a bigger rock. I can cover more territory. I can cover more ground, more area, and then come back. And my son right now is mixing a mixture of 5 sand, 3 Portland cement, 5 sand. So that ends up being like a 2 1/3 or 3 1/3 to 1. So I instead of going 15-3, we're now going 10-3, and that's going to give me a sand mix that's a little bit more rich with more Portland cement, and I can smooth this out, and it'll be a little bit stronger. So that's the next phase. Here we go. With this thing, I'm going to put a round over on the edge. There it is. Before it got way too hot, we ran out of shade. The neighbor's got a nice big tree that gives me morning shade, but right around 10 o'clock, it's gone. So there you go. Let's wrap this thing up. Well, there you go. I had to make 2 trips to the quarry to get some sand gravel mix, 2 bags of Portland cement, plus 25 shovels of sand. I also had 10 shovels of sand here, and that was able to get me this concrete here. So what was once a dirt pile hole with just weeds and grass growing through it and collection of dirt and rocks, I now have a nice smooth completion of my sidewalk over here by my shed. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have some tubing clamping scaffolding that I'm either going to build here to give me a canopy so I can work outside my shed, or I might build it on the other end of my yard under some trees. It gets hot out here in the southwest. So today yesterday we hit 104. So today we had to start pretty early to get this done, but we did. So if this is content that you enjoy, please hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. That helps the algorithm send my videos out to more people. Thanks for being here. And as always, God bless.